sure, they might look nice, and probably a lot of people have spent a lot of time, maybe money, in developing them, but they're not delivering new leads. They're not delivering customers. They're not delivering the cash that's absolutely essential to your business survival. So how do you address this? Well, first of all, I'm going to bust some myths around that. You might have heard that getting to number one on Google is going to automatically get your marketing flowing, your job's done. And there's another myth there, and that's that getting to number one on Google is a magic trick. You do that, bang, you're number one. Now, if anyone believes either one of those myths, then please come and talk to me after the session today, because I've got a Nigerian lawyer friend that wants to give you a $60 million inheritance. Seriously though, your desired result is not to be number one on Google. It's to get new business, new customers, deliver value to your existing customers, and generate growth from your website. Now, here's the thing. How you do that is exactly the same as how you actually get to number one on Google, and it's by delivering exceptionally valuable information to your customers, to your target audience, and to whoever might want to look at your website. So educating them, not selling to them. Now, you might have heard the term content marketing, and that's essentially about educating your ideal audience with content. I call it information marketing because content is really information. So it's about building a relationship with people online. So you don't do business with people offline in the real world if you haven't established some sort of relationship with them. So why should it be any different online? You've got to establish a relationship, and you do that by providing them exceptionally useful information. So how do we do that? Well, one of the key ways to do that is to make use of a thing called the blog on your website. I'm always amazed that a lot of people say to me, we don't need a blog on our website. And I've puzzled over this for a long time, and I wonder whether it's because the term has these connotations of it's kind of like a dear diary. I don't want to share that with the world. It might be my innermost secrets. But you know, if you're hung up about the term blog, let's use a different term. What about something like health tips? Health tips would work really well for Pam or for Nathan. What about security tips? Security tips would work really well for Angelo. So use a term that actually makes sense to your target customer, to your target audience, and then treat that as where you put that exceptionally useful information. Now, the next challenge a lot of people put up for themselves is, I don't know what to write. I've got no idea what to write. And today I'm going to show you or teach you some things that each and every one of you can write in your tips page. So the first thing I'd start with is the most frequently asked question every business on this planet gets asked. At least one of the most frequently asked questions. Ronnie, what would be the most frequently asked question you get asked?
Probably what the cost is of my service.
Yeah, exactly. So most businesses, they get asked probably several times a day, how much is it? Right? Now, you don't want to put prices on your website, but there's a way to address this. Now, here's the thing. The answer to that question is always the same. Angelo, how much does a security system cost? But you don't even know what security system I'm after, right? So the answer really is, it depends. So what Angelo has already told me is what it depends on. So that's the next step. Now you can say, well, you know, do you want a simple system that simply sounds a horn when somebody triggers the alarm, or do you want a 24/7 video monitored system that has a security guard turn up within 5 minutes if it's triggered? Those things are obviously priced differently. And in the blog post, Angelo can talk about those two options and other bits in between in terms of what is the cost range for them, what is A best suited to and what is B best suited to, and what situation might you consider either one, what are the benefits of either one. So there's a whole series of blog posts, in fact. Now, the other thing about that is once you've built up this repository of exceptionally useful information, you become the authority, but also it's a resource and an asset for your business. So this is the philosophy of they ask, we answer. So your clients have questions in their mind. They probably ring you up every day and ask the same type of questions over and over, and if you've got them addressed on your blog post, you've got that information covered. So important here is you've got to be consistent. Regularly publishing that information triggers the search engines to go find that and say, hey, Angelo's website's all about security systems and it's got this fantastic array of information on there, so I'm going to rank them number one. But the other thing, of course, it does, and that's probably more important, is that the audience says, hey, that's my go-to site for information about that topic. And when somebody is ready to make a purchase, and that's their go-to information site, who are they going to come to for that purchase? So imagine, as a result of doing this information marketing and education, you've got customers lining up at your door, waiting for you because you've been really clear, you've been transparent, you've given them the information they need, you've educated them, and you've become their authority and their go-to person. That'd be great, wouldn't it? All right, so let's talk about my ideal referrals. So my bread and butter referral are businesses who want to turn their website into a business tool and are less concerned about their bum looking big. If they're more concerned about that, then probably send them elsewhere, because I don't think I'm really good at those. And also I mentioned today businesses that have a website that is not being looked after in terms of software licenses and maintenance and hacking and so on. My cream referrals. So one of the biggest things I've got out of BNI in the years I've been here is partnerships with other businesses and doing joint venture things. And you all know I'm doing something with Joe and Angela. And if there's other businesses that can add value to my business or my clients and I can add value to their clients, then get them to talk to me. And finally, my dream referral is to have Elon Musk or Seth Godin on my Innovabiz podcast. Now, I know I can see some smirks out there. You're probably smiling at that, thinking that's a bit ambitious. But I remind you, when I was preparing this, I looked at my presentation from 11 months ago, and the dream referral said Michael E. Gerber on my podcast. Now, in November, I had a 1-hour one-on-one conversation with Michael E. Gerber on my podcast, and you can go and listen to that if you're interested. So I'm just putting it out there, Seth Godin, Elon Musk. So I'm Jürgen Strauss from Innovabiz, where we partner with innovative business owners to transform your online presence into a business generation platform that delivers exceptional results. Thank you.